Well, let's take a look at this article right here. New COVID-19 variant XE identified. What to know and why experts say not to be alarmed. I'm Grid 7. Get me on YouTube. Come on over to Rumble. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and let's get into this article here. What we have. A new COVID-19 variant has been identified in the United States, but experts say there is no cause for alarm yet. The variant, known as XE, is a combination of the original BA.1 Omicron variant and the subvariant BA.2. Now, this type of combination is known as a recombinant variant. Public health experts say that recombinant variants are very common and often crop up and disappear on their own. Right now, there's really no public health concern, said Dr. John Brownstein, an epidemiologist and chief innovation officer of the Boston Children's Hospital and an ABC News contributor. Recombinant variants happen over and over. In fact, the reason that this is the XE variant recombinant is that we've had the XA, XB, XC, and XD already, and none of those have turned out to be any real concern. I mean, just makes you wonder, why are they even making this article? Could it be they're trying to fearmonger you? But let's continue here and see what they have to say about it. According to an update last week from the UK Health Service Agency, 637 cases of XE have been identified as of March 22nd, with the earliest detected on January 19th. So it's not really new. I mean, they're saying it's a variant of BA.1 and BA.2. I really didn't hear about BA.2 until I think it was last month or so. But the article does continue. An early indication from the UK suggests XE could be slightly more transmissible than BA.2. But the World Health Organization said more research is needed. Seems like every single one of these things is more transmissible. Notice that? I mean, Omicron was highly transmissible. BA.2 is even more transmissible. XE is even more transmissible than that. I mean, just on and on and on. XE makes up less than 1% of total COVID-19 cases that have undergone genomic sequencing in the UK, and there's no evidence to suggest that the variant can escape vaccines, cause more severe disease, or is more deadly. Then why are we even talking about it? Maybe they'll answer the question. We'll continue on. This particular recombinant XE has shown a variable growth rate, and we cannot yet confirm whether it has a true growth advantage. But they just said it suggests could be slightly more transmissible, but this professor's saying they can't confirm. Wow. And we wonder how misinformation happens. Continue on here. So far, no cases of the recombinant variant have been reported in any other country, including the United States. Brownstein said there's a lot of unanswered questions surrounding XE, but that in the U.S., there's a high level of protection from vaccines and natural immunity during the Omicron wave. It's possible that it may be more transmissible, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's more severe, he said. And given the sheer number of infections we've already seen with Omicron, it's really unclear whether even being slightly more transmissible means we'll see any impact of this variant whatsoever. Again, why even talk about it? Because we have to keep COVID in the mainstream and keep everyone afraid, and everything's always more. But continuing on here, Brownstein said one of the reasons the UK was able to pick up the variant as quickly as it did was because of its robust surveillance system. According to the global database, GISAID, I'm not sure if people actually pronounce that or not, first time I've heard it, but the UK has submitted more than 1 million Omicron samples for genomic surveillance. The U.S. has submitted more than 781,000. The UK has done a phenomenal job of sequencing a large number of cases, doing analysis and producing the output of that work. So you could see the identification of XE actually as a positive because it shows that our public health systems are working, identifying new variants even when the case numbers are super small. That way we can fearmonger everyone and there's another variant, there's another variant, there's another variant, instead of just keeping an eye on it behind the scenes and going, no. But anyways, Brownstein added, this shows that some of the variants can be needles in a haystack. And here we have an example of one being identified very early on. The WHO released its own report saying it's monitoring XE, but there is no evidence yet that it is a variant of concern like Alpha, Delta, and Omicron. Actually, Omicron really wasn't that much of a concern anyways. You go and take a look at the data, and there's huge spikes. And for Alpha and Delta, there were spikes, and then there were spikes for deaths. Omicron had that huge spike, and the deaths kind of, no, it really wasn't there. But he continues on saying, WHO will continue to closely monitor and assess the public health risk associated with recombinant variants and will provide updates as further evidence becomes available, the organization said in a report published March 29th. Brownstein said variants will continue to emerge, but it's important for people to follow COVID-19 mitigation measures so they don't get a chance to spread. Being vaccinated and boosted, as well as practicing good hygiene and following public health recommendations, all help to drive transmission down in the community. When we have uncontrolled spread, that's when the virus is given a chance to mutate. It mutated even when we were shut down. The UK SHA said it was also monitoring two other recombinant variants known as XD and XF, both of which are a combination of the Delta variant in BA.1. XF. And what was it up here? Where was it? No, they were just saying that there was only 4. Oh, didn't go up high enough. No, that they've only had XA, XB, XC, and XD. And they're saying we already have XF. And it's identified in the case, and they already have 49 cases of it, mostly in France. To me, this is just more fear-mongering. Oh, Omicron. We need the vaccine. We need the boosters. We need the vaccine. We need the boosters. Over and over and over again. That's my take on this type thing. They really are pushing each variant. I mean, you had Fauci just a couple weeks ago say, no, if there's an uptick in cases, we may have to reinstate mandates. And he even, it wasn't, he kind of tried not to mention it, but no, lockdowns weren't off the table. So, let me know what you think about this variant. Are you alarmed? Meh, whatever. You're done with it? Let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, all this new stuff, to me, they always say, not to be alarmed. Well, why are we trying to fearmonger it then? Why? I just don't. I get why, because they're trying to push it, but I don't like it. Well, anyways, like, subscribe, comment, come on over to Rumble, and I'll see you next video.